Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. When Spider-Man 2 arrived on PS5 last year, many of us hoped that legendary Marvel villain Venom would be playable. That wish came true, albeit briefly, as Venom remained locked to certain story missions until now. The new Spider-Man 2 update boasts plenty of fresh features, but including Insomniac Games debug mode wasn't meant to be part of it. So from now until it is inevitably patched, you can play as Venom to your heart's content. Spider-Man fans have been begging for a standalone Venom game for years now, ever since they got the chance to play with him different games, especially Ultimate Spider-Man. This increased when Insomniac revealed Peter's symbiote arch-nemesis would be the main antagonist of Spider-Man 2. And even though they were happy being able to play as Venom towards the end of the game, that was not enough to satisfy most Venom fans, who wanted the opportunity to free roam as Venom through Insomniac's open world, without the need for glitches and have full access to a wide variety of abilities. Narrative director John Paquette sensed this and gave fans hope after the game launched by coolly teasing the possibility of a Venom-focused game based on audience demand. But now we know that this game is actually going to be a reality. On his podcast, famous industry insider Jeff Grubb, who has been right about pretty much everything, was discussing another one of his scoops, specifically the fact there will be a PlayStation showcase coming soon, and it could feature some of the big reveals fans were hoping to see last year. While talking about what games he expected Sony to show off, in addition to mentioning Marvel's Wolverine was still too far away to likely get an update, they casually mentioned the existence of a Venom game. So based on that, they are expecting a standalone Venom game, similar in size to Spider-Man Miles Morales, to get revealed during that PlayStation event. This makes a lot of sense for Insomniac as well. Miles Morales was much faster for them to develop and made them a ton of money, moving 14.5 million units to date. A game of similar quality built around Venom definitely has even more potential, since Venom is a much more popular character. No word yet on details about the story, but we can assume Insomniac will be using a lot of Venom assets from Spider-Man 2, particularly the cut content. For example, most of Tony Todd's recorded Venom lines never made it into the main game. As well as a bunch of other cut symbiote content like Miles Morales being infected, the symbiotes invading the Daily Bugle, as well as different forms and abilities for Venom. Having all that should make developing the game go much faster, with the main question being the story. It's very possible Carnage could be involved, since he's expected to be featured as part of one of the upcoming Spider-Man 2 story DLC, and there is a good chance that won't be the last time we see him based on the scale of the threat. So for those that if you don't know for a little bit of context, Tony Todd has previously leaked and revealed a bunch of information for Marvel Spider-Man 2 itself, whether it be the fact that he was doing a bunch of recordings for it, the fact that he went ahead and with tweets and interviews that he would reveal when we would start to get actual trailers for Marvel Spider-Man 2 and promotional materials before it actually was released or announced, and then of course in addition to that he was also the first person to give us a concrete idea of when the game would actually release. So when you add all of that up together, clearly Tony Todd is like the Tom Holland of the gaming side of things, because just like Tom Holland reveals stuff for the MCU, which too early, Tony Todd seems to reveal things for the Gamerverse side of things way too early. Harry Osborn is obviously in no condition to resume the role of Venom based on how Spider-Man 2's story ended, but Insomniac has already established famous comic book Venom hosts Eddie Brock and Flash Thompson exist in their universe. So we could very well see one of them starring in what I assume would be a Lethal Protector story. That version of Venom is much more popular these days, and I doubt Insomniac would give us a game where we're playing as a pure villain. Especially when you consider their own interpretation of Harry Osborn's Venom, whose motivations weren't purely evil, on top of not wanting to actually unalive Spider-Man, which has historically been one of the most famous and consistent traits of the character. That PlayStation event Grubb mentioned is shaping up to be pretty epic. Not only could we see the Venom game, there are several other highly anticipated announcements to look forward to. I break all that down in the next video on screen. Last year's Insomniac Games leak revealed a number of projects currently in development, including a game called Venom Lethal Protector, which will presumably take place in the Marvel Spider-Man universe. Assuming that the games share the same continuity, and understanding that Venom is indeed being developed by Insomniac, there are a handful of trends and features that can be safely assumed to appear in-game. However, given the premise, a few departures from Marvel's Spider-Man tradition are unavoidable. Insomniac's Venom game will likely play very differently from the Marvel Spider-Man titles. Whereas the Spider-Man games are focused on the titular character's iconic, elegant swinging and graceful, non-lethal combat, Venom will naturally need to take a different approach. Even if Venom is portrayed in a more heroic light in this game, the brutality and viciousness of the character will no doubt shine through in the traversal, combat, and mission structure. Time will tell just how different Venom will be from the Spider-Man games, but at least one traditional early game mission type from the Marvel Spider-Man games will likely be omitted. Spider-Man 2 is available to buy now from retailers including Amazon. Sony has confirmed that all pre-order copies of the game will come with the Arachnite suit for Peter Parker with 3 color variants, an early unlock of the Shadow Spider suit for Miles Morales with 3 color variants, an early unlock of the Web Grabber gadget, and 3 skill points. So, what are your thoughts and what you think about this news? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more gaming updates. Until next time, happy gaming.